Tonight, we're not talking about your typical late night pizza delivery mishaps or the latest streaming series. Although, trust me, this economic drama is just as entertaining. We're delving into the quirky, unexpected world of e commerce fulfillment models and how they're shaking up our wallets and our global trade. Buckle up. This isn't your average economics lecture. Let's start with the basics. Picture this: the full service model is like booking an all inclusive vacation where every detail, from check in to room service, is taken care of. You sit back and relax, knowing that everything's handled for you. Now, contrast that with the semi-service model. Imagine booking a flight where, instead of getting your boarding pass at the counter, you have to print it out at home. Suddenly, you're on your own to fill in the blanks. It's the DIY approach of the e-commerce world, and while it might save a buck, it can leave you wondering if you should have just invested in a good set of tools. These models are the backbone of platforms like Temu and Shein, where sellers choose whether to handle everything or pass half the work onto you. And while it might seem like a minor detail, it turns out these choices can be as impactful as your favorite stand-up set, full of twists, surprises, and the occasional facepalm moment. Now, just when you thought online shopping was a breeze, enter the US government with its latest set of policies. Recent tariff regulations have slapped on a 10% fee for a whole host of Chinese imports. It's like ordering a perfectly reasonable burger and then finding out there's a mandatory surcharge for the lettuce. Because, apparently, lettuce is now an imported luxury. These tariffs aren't just bureaucratic footnotes. They're high-impact game changers. Retailers relying on the full-service model suddenly find themselves absorbing extra costs, which, spoiler alert, are often passed right on to you. Imagine the horror of discovering that your bargain-priced gadget is actually a premium gadget now, all thanks to a sneaky extra fee. It's like the ultimate plot twist in your shopping experience. And while tariffs are busy inflating prices, there's another subplot unfolding: consumer confidence. Recent reports show a 5% drop in confidence across the US. Now, I know what you're thinking. 5% might not sound like much, but in the world of economics, that's like losing your best punchline right before the crowd erupts in laughter. When you're uncertain about every purchase, like whether that flashy new gadget is really worth the extra tariff tax, it forces you to double-check, question your decisions, and even postpone a few buys. It's the economic equivalent of second-guessing your punchline at open mic night. Now, let's add some international spice to the mix. The relationship between the US and China in trade is like one of those long-running soap operas that just won't quit, filled with dramatic twists, unexpected betrayals, and the occasional cliffhanger. Tariffs here, trade exemptions there, and a constant shuffle of policies. It's a geopolitical chess match that keeps economists and shoppers alike on edge. These ongoing tensions are more than just background noise. They create an environment of uncertainty that ripples through every facet of the market. Every time you make a purchase, you're indirectly participating in this international drama. It's almost as if your credit card is waging a silent battle on the global stage. Now, imagine scaling that up to an entire supply chain where every missing instruction or extra fee is magnified across millions of products. That's the reality for many US retailers today, and it's no laughing matter, except when you realize you're living through an economic sitcom. So, what's the big picture here? Each element, the fulfillment models, the tariff hikes, the dip in consumer confidence, and the US-China trade theatrics, feeds into one massive domino effect. Every time you click Buy Now, you're unwittingly casting a vote in this intricate global dance. And sometimes, one misstep can send a whole cascade of price hikes and consumer doubts tumbling down, like a poorly planned setup at a comedy club. Thank you for joining this deep dive into the world where e-commerce meets international trade. If you enjoyed this stand-up style take on the absurdity of our economic landscape, and maybe even saw a bit of your own online shopping woes reflected here, then hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. I'd love to hear about your most unexpected shopping mishaps, or that one time your bargain turned into a premium purchase. Until next time, keep questioning the status quo, stay sharp, and remember, in the world of global trade, sometimes the joke really is on us.